Hey guys, it's Lainey, host of the True Crime Fan Club podcast. If you're a true crime addict like I am, then my podcast is for you. It's a podcast for the ultimate true crime enthusiast, giving you a glimpse into the life and crimes of the most demented minds. You won't want to miss an episode.
Fucking Weird Shit Podcast.
But it's not the episode yet. This is the Patreon promotion for the episode because we need people to send us money because it will help us with making the show. Like right now, we literally sit here. I have this one fucking microphone. I would like to
Ridley
have
Scott
microphones.
Ridley Scott, we are asking you publicly for money. Please donate to our Patreon.
Carmelo Anthony, I have not seen your name appear on our Patreon yet. You obviously aren't practicing. You could at least spend that time sending us Patreon money.
But what else would we get besides microphones?
We would be able to pay our hosting dues without them coming out of my money. Plus, we might be able to, like, actually record more episodes more often.
Could we please get one of those, like, wacky Zoo Radio soundboards?
Yes. We can get a Zoo Radio soundboard. We could get like a fucking bong in the shape of an alien head. We can get like
Tobacco water pipe.
A tobacco water pipe in the shape of an alien head. We can get a Ouija board table. That would be dope.
No thanks. Luigi board? I don't want a Luigi board in my apartment.
A Ouija board?
What's wrong with the Luigi board?
They're clearly evil.
We haven't done that episode yet, so we don't know that they're evil.
He's right, we don't. Yeah.
Okay, well.
But if our listeners
my hypothesis is that they are evil.
If the listeners go to www.patreon.com/weirdshitpodcast, they'll be able to donate whatever they want to us, and it will be a huge help for the show. And maybe we'd be able to get more shit done.
Minimum $1,000.
minimum buy-in. So today I learned something new about myself that is actually
down from 5.
That's actually kind of disappointing.
Robert can.
I basically learned that literally they could put the name Star Wars on anything, and I will like want that thing. Because there's like a Star Wars Candy Crush game that I've been playing all fucking morning, and I hate Candy Crush.
The new Star Wars Domino's pizza with real meteors. These are just rocks.
I don't know, it's not that bad. Plus, it's got Yoda on the box.
It's literally just a rock they threw in the oven and then put it in a box. Like,
Nah, it's delicious though.
it's only $9.99.
I mean,
But did you see how when you open it up, like the side of the box turns into a lightsaber? That's fucking dope.
see, I completely believe you though because you bought that fucking like Star Wars Kraft macaroni and cheese, which
I don't know what
didn't
you're
even
talking
taste
about.
like macaroni and cheese.
Didn't even
it
taste
was
like
just
Star Wars.
awful.
Or more.
It tasted like overcooked rice.
It really did.
Oh, so it did taste like
It was
more.
really disgusting. Welcome to the Weird Shit Podcast. This is Mike.
Wait, what the fuck?
Whoa. All right, this way.
5, 4.
Nope, we already did that. We already did that part.
Oh, okay.
What the hell is going on?
I'm
The fuck are we talking
Taco.
He's Taco today.
Robert?
That's Robert.
Diabito.
Diabito. Diabito, no.
Roll back
No,
the
you don't.
kitchen.
Diabito free. No. And today we're going to be talking about gangstalking. Ryan, what you know about Gangstalking?
I'm still reeling from that segue.
Just completely.
See, you can't come at me like that. I was not prepared for that. It's like talking about Star Wars macaroni and cheese, and then all of a sudden you point at me, and you're like, "Weird shit podcast." Who the fuck are you?
It's because that way they get some of our banter, which allows them to get a glimpse behind the scenes and the people behind the people.
We are nothing without our banter.
I mean, the show is at this point at least 90% banter.
It is. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm just filling this time with banter right now by doing this conversation.
Banter, banter. I don't know if it's working or not. Is it working?
But yeah, when it comes to gang stalking, yeah, I really don't know too much. I'm not really sure what that is. It's like gangs of stalkers or
Banter.
I'm pretty sure it's
Banter.
I'm pretty sure it's just gangs of stockings. Is that
They only
correct?
come around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Honestly, Ryan was probably the closest.
Particularly, they
nice.
particularly like to hang out around mantelpieces for some reason.
So,
With
like,
care.
is it about gangs?
So, gang stalking is basically a thing that has been happening to people lately, which is that you'll notice strangers following you, and it seems to be in a coordinated observation of your movements.
It's a Truman Show.
So
You're
it's
getting
a Truman
Truman
Show
Showed.
shit. Yeah, you're getting Truman Showed.
Yeah.
So like, apparently the Stasi used to do it in like East Germany, like back in the day. They used to follow people or have them followed.
Wait, are
have,
they like blonde-haired, blue eyes?
They're like,
Oh
have
shit! I
men,
think I'm getting gang stalking.
gang
have
stalking?
that man followed? He has potato. Should no have potato. Is no potato.
Those potatoes should be. Spread
I thought you
among
said
the
they were
people.
from East Germany, not East Russia.
Well, Russia owns East Germany.
Barely.
Fair enough.
Alright.
So like basically, gang stalking is something like.
Is it like train spotting?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Train spotting is something completely different.
Is it like the ozone layer?
No.
Is it like orca whales?
These are all things completely off topic right now. It is like none of those things. Gang stalking.
I believe it's like an old wooden ship.
Example of gang stalking. You're riding on the bus, right? Behind you, you hear someone talking on their phone, and they're going, yeah, I can't believe that guy's nerve. Like, what's his problem? And you're like, they must be talking about me.
Oh.
And so you, like, go to follow that person when they get off the bus, and you're like, hey, why were you talking about
sent
me
you?
like that? Who sent you? Was it the East Russians?
So-
Tell me.
So it's somewhere between perfectly normal
instructions.
paranoia and
Siberians.
and insane delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Okay.
it's not really in between. I think it's more like someone was paranoid all the time, and then they finally just snapped.
Yeah, they
And
like
went
devolve
insane,
into
yeah.
that. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Well, there's like the thing is
Except for the people it really happened to, then they're fucked.
there's people like all over YouTube and stuff that'll like record like the suspicious activity behind them. Like sometimes someone will drive past their house and like blare their horn or something, and they're like, that's someone blaring their horn again. They do that to let me know that I'm being watched. Because the point of the gang stalking isn't just to watch you, it's to let you know that you're being watched, because they're trying to drive you crazy. It's like a thing to like confuse you and make you seem paranoid to those around you.
So these people on YouTube, why do they think they're important enough to be followed by random gangs of people?
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy, reporting in with another episode of me getting gang stalked. A pack of seagulls just flew past my window,
I'm pretty
That
sure
one
I
shit
saw
on my
robotic
window.
implants.
and they had cameras.
That one pooped on my porch.
They had
It's a sign
cameras.
to show that I'm the one being targeted by the Seagull clan.
Those seagulls had cameras sticking out of their cloacas.
Oh, what's a cloaca?
You know what a cloaca is?
It's,
Not on a bird.
It's like an old
Yeah.
Roman
don't
sandal.
birds have cloacas?
Some of them do.
Oh, I don't know. Is that like an orca whale?
It is not like an orca whale.
Okay.
I believe it's an old vampire.
Imagine.
That sounds right. Every bird has an old
It's
vampire.
an old Italian vampire. Oh, that's just
I
Hero.
I am Cloaca. I am here to ruin your car.
Well, they can't be Italian.
One car shut off.
I'm pretty sure an Italian
Two
vampire
cars
would just kill
shut
himself
up.
by eating garlic. So
That's a fair enough point.
that's why there aren't any Italian.
That's why there's no
vampires.
Italian vampires. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all werewolves. That's why they're so hairy.
I think you just made a fact just then.
I've had it up to here with you.
So
Everybody knows werewolves can't not talk with their hands. It's
So here's the problem, right? Is like these
Oh.
people getting gang stalked. To them, it's like a real thing. Like it's like terrifying to these people. That like for some reason they think that some organization or the government or something is like having them followed.
The government.
Like they think that the government has like energy weapons that like they will zap you with, which for some reason will just make you fall asleep. They also think, some of them, that like
taser.
that somebody that's pretty good. Somebody will
Don't all weapons have energy?
Yes,
No
kinetic energy.
swords.
Swords still have kinetic energy when you swing it.
Yeah, when you add energy to it.
they have potential energy.
Nippon steel.
So like
Folded over 4,000 times.
I was reading this one dude's like journal entries, and he said that like someone was breaking into his house at night while he was asleep and injecting him with little bits of metal and like aluminum foil, like injecting it into his body, and then zapping his house with microwaves to cause him pain.
How does he know this?
Because
I have no
he
idea.
clearly
Who told
clawed
him the truth?
He clearly clawed open his own flesh and found the bits of metal in him.
But to me, that sounds like a classic like schizophrenic delusion, like
Yeah,
a classic
that's definitely a
like,
schizophrenic
schizophrenia
episode.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I've put a lot of metal in a microwave, and it usually catches on fire. So, I mean, unless he's
Why-
on fire.
Why
many
are you
microwaves-
putting metal in the microwave?
How many microwaves have you broken recently?
The average amount.
The average
is-
amount of
The average amount is zero.
Oh,
should
okay, I'm
be
above
zero.
average. Fine.
Well, at least you're above average at breaking
Why are you guys
microwaves.
gang stalking me over
So-
I'm at least above average at one thing in life.
So you know when you put aluminum foil in the microwave and it makes that like those zapping sounds,
Yeah.
and you see the lightning shit go from like one side? Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
That's technically you breaking the
Well,
microwave.
I mean, that is what's supposed to happen scientifically. That was my point, is if he was being zapped by microwaves, wouldn't he, like, have burns and shit all over him from catching on fire?
Yeah.
Maybe he just has like fibromyalgia. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
I have fibromaids.
His AIDS is very fibrous.
Maids.
So, what's weird though is like there's also like instances where this will legit happen because it'll be like 4chan or some asshole on the internet is like, hey, wouldn't it be great if we all just like harass this one person all at the same time and like find a way to do it? So like that'll happen sometimes too. And also
Damn hacker.
the Church of
No, it's
Scientology, they have groups of people that they call SPs, and SPs are suppressive persons is what it stands for. And if they get mad enough at you, they put you under what they call free game. And what free game is they can do whatever they want to you. And usually that involves stalking, breaking into your house, calling your family or your place of work, like harassment, like major shit.
It's making weird yelping noises
So,
at you.
so Tom, you know that producer that called you gay the other day? Totally snuck into his house and shat on his desk. What?
Thank you for doing this for me.
You will have a place in my regime. Together we shall make Mission Impossible 12.
Come with me now to Valhalla.
the galaxy.
What do you think Tom Cruise did to get as high as he did? Like, you think he shat on some people's desks?
A lot of
Absolutely.
money.
I think he shat on some people's dicks.
I think he fucked a lot of dudes.
He probably did not do that. Allegedly. There
He
you go.
allegedly banged a lot of dudes.
So, news reports have described how groups of internet users have cooperated to exchange detailed conspiracy theories involving coordinated activities by large numbers of people called gangstalking.
Dude, packs of
The
cats.
activities involved are described as involving
Yes.
electronic harassment, the use of, quote, psychotronic weapons, and
Shit
other
sounds
alleged
made up.
mind control techniques.
That sounds like some kind of like crazy those retro future like ray gun type weapons.
It sounds like something someone in the 70s used as a phrase in a movie, like a sci-fi movie. Oh man, the bad guys have psychonetic weapons. Oh man.
I think it sounds like something that like some sort of breakfast cereal would have had in the 90s, where they're like, he's got psychotronic vitamins to really make you red.
I like to imagine that it's just like a freaking blaster from Star Wars when they shoot it on stun. You know, it's like the rings.
Yeah.
But they're like a rainbow, and when they hit you, just like everything goes into a fucking kaleidoscope. And you're just like dancing uncontrollably.
Starts playing Magic Carpet Ride.
Yes.
It's literally a gun that shoots you with like fucking
AIDS.
LSD.
LSD. Just it's the acid gun, but it's not what you think. That's why they couldn't call it the acid gun, because that just sounds horrible.
Wouldn't that be a psychotropic weapon?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Is
don't
it?
know how to speak English.
So like, like one of my biggest problems is there's like people online like that will post instructional things for like if you were being gang stalked, what you should do about it.
Fake your own death.
And it'll be shit like, do not
That's
engage.
step one.
It says, do not engage with the voices in your head. If your relatives tell you you're imagining things, they could be in on it. And do not visit a psychiatrist. Those are the top 3 tips that it gives for like, if you're experiencing gang
And
stalking.
step 4 is buy as many automatic weapons as you can get your hands on. Step 5, visit a an elementary school.
Step 6, isolate yourself from society.
Hide in the cupboard until school starts.
Step 7, write the same weird phrase in a notebook in 80 different hands.
Where did you get 80 hands? I don't want to know.
I had a lot of free time.
You get your gang stalkers to help you.
Exactly.
I just started
Just get them to
chopping.
donate hands.
Chop on down. Chop on down.
Welcome to Wang's Hand Emporium. Are you looking for hands to write mysterious Ritter?
You need 80 hands.
Give me 62,000 hands.
I too could be a ninja. I
So,
can defeat the Huns.
like, maybe, look, I'm not like a trained psychiatrist or anything.
I am.
Alright, so as a trained psychiatrist,
psychiatrist.
as a trained psychiatrist, don't you think telling someone that their family might be in on it might do them more harm than good?
No.
Alright,
Are
I
there
guess
other
not.
forms of transportation you could be a psychiatrist for? You said you were a trained psychiatrist. What about like a bus psychiatrist? I'm a plain psychiatrist. I
Honestly,
specializes in
honestly,
Boeing 737.
honestly, that seems as legit as a dog psychiatrist to me.
That plane crashed because it was having a psychic meltdown.
Are you getting enough poop in your diet?
His tail's not wagging because he says that you don't take him swimming anymore.
We don't like night crawlers anymore.
Like, it just makes so little sense to me that like somebody can make thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a year by saying they're a dog psychiatrist.
Your dog's telling me to tell you, Ruff.
Your dog says, feed me a lot.
Feed me more food.
So I'm just going to point out that if you are quote unquote being gang stalked, or think you're being gang stalked, maybe the internet isn't the best place to look for advice
You
anyway.
probably should go to a psychiatrist.
You should
Yeah.
definitely go to a
In fact,
psychiatrist.
anybody watching this show should probably go to a psychiatrist.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, if they're
right?
watching, because how the fuck are they doing that?
Oh God, they're in here! Oh Jesus!
It's
They're
just
gang stalking us.
Go to a psychiatrist already.
Diamantes! Kill my brother! He killed my brother! So, like
That's from Walker, Texas Ranger.
one of the greatest films of all time.
It's
For,
a
for
show.
anyone who
It's a
didn't get that
show.
reference, it's a radio program.
You watch it on the radio.
In the eyes of a ranger,
Our pun.
unsuspecting stranger. Better tell the truth of wrong from right. Like, the thing is, like, one of the things that was really, like, confusing me when I was researching it, though,
The people
is, like,
outside.
the people on YouTube, they were, like, a lot of them were in, like, their early, like, 20s, early or, like, mid-20s, and, like, that's prime fucking time for schizophrenia to start showing up.
Yeah.
So it, like, makes no sense to me why their first... Like,
Yeah.
why their first go-to is I'm being followed by the government, or
Fucking millennials.
the other thing, if it's not the government,
Build a wall.
if it's not the government and it's not aliens, it might be demons. Because, like, did you ever see that movie, Fallen, with Denzel Washington? Like,
Man, that
the
was just
demons,
like 2
like,
hours
jumping
of some
from
guy
person to
tripping.
person. I guess somebody thought that that's a real thing. Because, like, that's another one of the common... like theories when you go to like the websites about gang stalking, they're like it's demons or like brainwashed people. Like if somebody might be brainwashed and that's why they're following you is because they were like
Look, all I'm saying, Fallen,
Just build
completely awesome, totally fictional movie. However, if somebody started following me, humming "Time Is on My Side," I'd get a little freaked out.
Okay, alright. Let me tell you a weird story real quick. Alright.
Yeah, weird. I get it. It's like a show.
So, working in a fast food restaurant in high school, and I was not very quiet. I talked all the time, but this very strange elderly gentleman who worked there who had many bullet wounds for some reason, and clearly frequented the crack pipe. He called me Jason, and like whenever he was around, I guess it was because I was like a tall white guy. Really don't know, but whenever I was around, he would just go ooh, 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 ha, 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 and just like hum the Jason theme.
What the fuck?
He's like, oh, oh, ha, 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 and then he'd start laughing. It was just like really creepily. Okay, so a couple years later, I'm in college. Behind me, I hear someone humming the Jason thing.
Oh, God.
I'm like, holy fuck, it's him. I turn around, completely different guy.
that is dude, maybe that old guy died and then took over the body of that other person.
was
I am not
reincarnated.
fucking kidding right now.
Yeah, no idea who this guy was. He just laughed in the same way as that other guy. And I got out of there. I didn't ask him any
See-
questions. I was just like, nope.
Ryan, you and I will confirm it for sure if, like, 2-3 years from now, we just hear some guy behind us go,
That fucking guy.
The only weird thing happening to me when I worked at a fast food place is I found a Wendy's costume in one of the booths and put it on.
Oh, that's weird.
It was great.
That is real weird. Hang on. Rewind
in
a
a
second.
McDonald's.
He has pictures.
So does this...
He has pictures.
I don't know where they're at though.
So this costume was in a McDonald's.
No, it was Wendy's.
Okay, so it was in a Wendy's. Did this costume belong to the Wendy's?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sure they used it for
I
promotional
mean, so
purposes.
like it was like all the booths in the old style Wendy's were like storage units basically. So like you could lift the cushion up and it was like a little box for you to push it in. And I was like, I noticed that one day, so I was like started going through every single one of the fucking ones because I was curious. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, is that a red wig? Oh my god, there's a dress. So like, I put it on. And I was working drive-thru, so imagine like my voice going, yeah, what can I get for you? Okay, come to the window. And then they come to the window, and it's me in a Wendy's costume like, what's up? That was $6.
Oh my god.
Need any condiments?
You know that now I have to put these pictures on our Twitter,
I gotta
right?
find it.
Because
I don't know what happened
you have
to
to
them.
find them and I have to post them up now because if people hear this, they're going to want to see those fucking pictures. I want to see those pictures. That sounds incredible.
They were great.
So I think I was on brainwashing.
yes.
All right.
I don't know.
So some people who are gang stalking you might be brainwashed, and I have here a tip to help you break their brainwashing. And the way you do that is you ask questions that cannot be answered without considering information that would break their conceived notion of reality. For instance, and I'll give you guys an example here.
Why is Mass Effect Andromeda the best Mass Effect?
If a rooster if a rooster lays an egg on top of a roof, what side does the egg fall off?
Left. No.
Roosters
No, right.
don't lay eggs.
Neither. Roosters don't lay eggs. Godfather. And that is how you break somebody's fucking brainwashing if they're brainwashed.
And become the Godfather.
And become the Godfather.
Was that really it?
Yeah, well, no. Like, I was giving an example. But yeah, that's all it
Do you
says.
have other
It
examples?
says...
That's it.
Sure.
I mean, all
So-
you gotta do is break their preconceived notion of the universe.
Yeah,
right?
that you have to ask them a question that can't be answered without considering information that would break their conceived notion of reality.
Why,
so
why was
basically,
Obama
it's-
not in the White House on 9/11?
Right. Or like go up to Donald Trump, right? You just walk up
We
to
want
Donald
to
Trump
see
and
the
you ask
documents.
Donald
I
Trump,
gotta get to the bottom
why
of
are
that
you the
story.
worst fucking person on earth?
Last
And I'll
time
be
I
like,
heard
that's
he was
impossible.
killing
I'm the best.
Hussein.
I'm always
Now there's a
good.
Hussein in the White House. That's how you put up a W.
White House.
A George W. So, like,
Keep it white. Dude, I have like there's so many people at work that told me they voted for Trump, and I'm like, cool.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
for you.
Let's hope you don't kill me.
Basically.
Just the look of sheer horror slowly crosses your face.
No, one of them was. It's okay. Imagine an old black lady, and she said she voted for Trump, and I'm like, okay, this first of all doesn't make any sense. You're an old lady and black. Like I can't even picture either of those demographics voting for Trump. And then like, she was like, I don't think we're ready for a woman president. And I just walked away. I was like, are you fucking retarded? Like, holy shit, that is why she voted for Trump.
That was her specific reason.
Yeah.
Truly impressive.
That's
Yeah, and
kinda
I'm just
impressive.
like, I don't know who you are. I don't understand. Are
don't
you
wanna be
real?
here anymore.
Are you real? Like, just it blew my mind.
The only person that I worked with that I know voted for Trump, the only reason I know he voted for Trump is because he always called me a little snowflake millennial.
Yep.
Like, anytime I would complain about anything,
Yep.
I'm like, oh,
You know that's
fuck
gonna be
this
a
guy.
Yeah. Well,
So
prick.
gangstalking.
Yeah. So,
Trump's following us.
you might be asking why people would participate in gang stalking. One, they could be fucking possessed. Two, they could be working for the government. And then this guy has a whole list of different types of people or different reasons why they might fucking do it.
I mean, if they pay well,
Yeah, it's like
what are the benefits?
yeah. Is there like a 401k?
You get a sense of control over other people. That's
Oh, good. I don't have one of those right now, so
Yep.
I could use one.
I don't have one of those over myself.
Others do this as a way to make friends and keep friends. It's something social and fun
Wait.
for them to do.
Are-
They love that special feeling of monitoring and protecting the community.
When you said
Hey,
to make friends,
you guys want to go out and gang stalk somebody?
Well,
Hell
no.
yeah.
Well, see, that's what I'm wondering. Like, if it's to make friends, are
I'm
they
gang
thinking
stalking their
they're
guys
gonna-
right now.
Are they under the preconceived notion that they're going to be friends with the person they're gang stalking at some point? Like, at some point they go, "Hey, what's up? Just kidding. I've been following you."
That's actually
Don't worry.
kind of scary.
Because if that's what like they're brainwashing them to think will happen in order to get information, like that's fucking weird.
That's a lot scarier than
Yeah,
where I was
right?
going with
yeah.
that.
And then, or
I
did
thought-
you mean like they're going to be friends with the other gang stalkers?
That's what I thought,
That's
yeah.
what I thought at first. Then I went, wait, but what if like they're just telling them you'll be friends with that person will love you for follow. They want to be followed.
You know, I've never had a friend before.
Jesus.
I think maybe after watching you for the last 6 weeks,
No.
6
we
weeks.
we could go somewhere private and talk.
Your bedroom's not very private. There's lots of cameras in there. You masturbate a lot.
Constantly.
Allegedly.
The times when I'm not masturbating are the times I'm thinking about masturbating.
That footage was bad. Hashtag fake.
We recorded you for 6 weeks. We have 10 minutes of usable footage.
Hashtag fake news. It's just a whole lot
No, see,
of
that's
crying.
look, that's the trick right there to get rid of gang stalking, right? You just whip your dick out, and then all of their footage is just unusable.
I mean,
Like they're
unless
the
they-
aliens from
unless-
Rick and Morty.
What if they find people to gang stalk you that think you're attractive? I don't know.
Fair
You
enough.
can't just whip your dick out about
What if
someone
they're all
that's
blind?
like, nice dick, bro.
What if they're all just blind and following you?
Then how are they going to follow you?
With their
they're gonna,
nose.
They're going to fucking poke you with their stick. They're like, say something. Say,
No,
say,
they're following you with
stop
their
poking
seeing eye
me.
dogs.
Okay, yeah, it's still you. What? Don't worry about it.
They just like follow the wrong fucking person because they're blind.
I'm a blind.
You're
It's just a
eating,
checker with woodcock.
you're eating buttons. I'm blind.
So like this what pisses me off is like there's some people on YouTube who like clearly are using it as a way to make money off of like scared like paranoid people, and like that like to me I'm like that person needs help and you're telling them to buy your t-shirt because you're going through the same things they're going through, and it's such like obvious bullshit that they're like just trying to mooch off of someone who's sick, and it just makes me so mad. Like there was this fat blonde bitch from like Alabama or something. She's like, oh, they burned this fucking building down next to my work, and they fucking have been like, they're out there where this power line fell, and look how they're fucking. They sent a fire truck to look at it. That's clear that they're gang stalking me. And then she's like, buy my t-shirts. It says end gang stalking now. Buy a t-shirt. Help me get the word out. I'm like, you fat fucking hippopotamus bitch. Fucking sucking money out of these poor, desperate, scared people. I was so pissed off. And
Capitalism.
yeah, like
Capitalism.
it's so disgusting. Like, how horrible do you have to be to do that to like sick people? Like,
I just like how our proof of gang stalking was like literally firemen doing their job normally.
I set the building on fire next door and people showed up. Like, I don't know about you, but that seems like gang stalking.
they're obviously stalking me because they sent firemen to put out the fire exit.
Not to mention, no one dialed 911. I was listening.
There was no one
I
out
was
there with
I
the
was
phone.
following everybody around and near the fire, and no one called 911. So I don't know how they got here. The fire alarm was only
I
going
literally
off for
had
5
all of my
minutes.
friends follow everyone involved.
I tracked all of their social media accounts. Not one of them posted about the fire. I'm the only one that put the picture up. So, like,
Buy my T-shirt.
but like this woman is
Ours is
like,
cool.
she's just hurting people that are already crazy, like already fucking scared, and she's like It just was making me real mad.
So-
She had like coffee mugs and shit, and like hats and T-shirts and fucking like phone cases. I'm like, oh, you fucking bitch.
So let's just for a moment entertain the notion that these people aren't insane, which they clearly are. So, if it's aliens or demons, or why would they be following these people?
Well, that's the thing.
They got shit else to do.
They think they know something, right?
Well, what the people who are being followed think is that it's like a test. It's like a test run for when it's really needed
On
to follow
someone
someone important. So this is like the people in training are the ones who are just following randos.
So they have it in their mind that they're so unimportant that even if they try to convince the people they know that they're being gang stalked, they're like, oh, don't worry. No one likes them enough to believe them.
Yeah.
The word won't get out anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
they're like really lonely.
Yeah, it's just scared, lonely people, which is what's real fucked up about it. Like, and like this guy, did you hear a couple years ago, Ryan, about the guy who jumped the fence to the White House?
Yeah.
And like threw his like manifesto on the yard or whatever.
It was like
and got
98
grabbed.
pages.
Yeah. So this guy, his name was Kyle Odom.
I
He had
feel like I
like
gotta write a manifesto at some point, because that's something that every sane person should do. I think Just
The
write
word-
something and call it a
the word
manifesto.
manifesto is always so positive.
What
Like
is the definition of manifesto?
I don't know. Somebody would have to Google that. Robert, Google that. So,
Why am I always the Google bitch?
because I have the notes
Because
on
you
my
got your
screen.
laptop and your tablet.
I don't know what you're talking about. Through all of these first world problems.
But
Why am I the Google bitch?
so the guy who threw the manifesto, his name was Kyle Odom, and basically he threw this 21-page manifesto, which he also
At
sent
best,
to
that's a pamphlet.
which he also sent to his parents, as well as several Idaho television stations. And
Why
apparently,
Idaho?
because he's from Idaho.
Oh,
He's from
okay.
Coeur d'Alene, which was that town that was right next to Spokane.
Mm-hmm.
So, in
I
his
have the
manifesto, he outlined his path to the shooting that he committed in Idaho, which is he killed a preacher in Idaho, or shot a preacher in Idaho, because he thought that he was being stalked by aliens controlled by this preacher.
Allegedly.
Like, this guy had the problem where he, for instance, he was standing in line in a bakery in, like, an Ingles or something, and he's standing in line, and he said that these, like, old men came up and started sniffing him, like, just going,
It smells like bitch.
and they're like,
Smell good,
and
bitch.
that they started to psychically stimulate his anus and his testicles.
Whoa.
which made him ejaculate uncontrollably. That in the line was
awesome.
behind a woman who's picking up cupcakes for her child's party. he is creaming his pants because he's being sniffed by psychic old men.
I am
This
so
guy
jealous
said
of his
that these
control.
aliens would also come to him at night, and they would play.
Old man smells being a grocery
They would
store.
play.
not
They would
Jews.
play a fucking. They would play a fucking Cars song to him, like when he was trying to sleep.
Was it Drive? It was Drive.
No,
It was
or
Friday.
no, not Cars. I think it was the Talking Heads. Look up Kyle Odom's song, Robert. I'm sure you could find it.
I want to know the
So
definition to manifest.
All right,
This guy.
So the definition of a manifesto is it's a noun. Is a public declaration of intentions, opinions, objectives, or motives, as one issued by a government, sovereign, or organization.
Or crazy person.
Or a crazy person.
I think that's a sovereign.
So he said these aliens looked like, basically like Ninja Turtles. is
So,
what he said they looked like. He
did they
like drew
use them?
sketches of them, and that was the sketch I posted on the website where I was like, "What's this week's episode about?" It was a sketch he drew of the thing, like of what the aliens look like, and his manifesto that he wrote was about how he had shot this pastor because he knew that this pastor was the mastermind behind this, because he had been getting text messages from him and like phone calls and stuff from him, which don't show up on phone records, by the way. There's none of that shows up on phone records.
It's
But-
Stay Up Late by the Talking Heads.
Yes. Can you play a clip from it real quick?
No, because we will probably get
We
sued.
won't get sued if we talk over it. It's done it on other shows. I'm sure we could do it on our show.
Yeah.
So this is the fucking song that this guy was hearing in his head when he would.
When he was creaming himself.
Yeah, when he's creaming himself and when he's trying to go to sleep at night. This is the fucking song that would pop up, and it's a real fucking like. I was thinking about it, and I was like, it would be so horrifying if this happened to me when I was trying to go to sleep. I would have freaked out too.
For continuous allergy relief, be wide.
Sign up for our Patreon so we can have better internet.
I know. Have like the ability to actually fucking.
So wait, this is the song?
This is the song.
How do you jizz to this? I just...
With
You gotta
gusto.
give it a second.
It's
Gotta get it
every
to-
time David Byrne goes,
Wait, really? Can you just like somehow skip to that part so we don't listen to the whole beginning? I don't want to cream myself.
Yeah, so it would literally be these lyrics. He's just a plaything. Yeah, like.
So
All right,
I
you
think
can
he
stop
only
it
added
now.
in. I think he only added in
So-
the fact that it was some little kid and his mom bending over to pick up muffins, so he wouldn't.
I made that up. I
Oh,
did that
okay.
to paint a picture. I'm a natural storyteller.
Well, then what? Actually, I don't know how he actually. Because if he's literally just like staring at kids, and
He's literally
jizzing, like-
standing in the bakery while a bunch of old men sniff him and stimulate his ass and
Is he a
testicles
dog?
with their minds.
I feel like that's something.
their
a dog would do.
psychotropic ray gun.
Yeah, with their psychotropic ray guns. So he thought that
Psychotronic ray gun.
he was being gang stalked because
I like to imagine he's just in the supermarket line checking out, like buying something fucking mundane as hell, like napkins or some shit. And then all of a sudden, this like
Plates.
old guy walks around the corner, all slow mo, like Terminator, like pulls out from his trench coat, starts shooting him with his psychotronic ray gun.
It's literally
And
just
it's
like, and his like psychotronic ray gun is literally just like a power drill with a dildo on the end.
And it sniffs him. When you get hit by it, it just sounds like.
But yeah, he ended up shooting this pastor like 6 times, and the pastor somehow lived, which is
He ain't got
he's an
shit on
alien.
50 Cent.
yeah.
He still got shot 9 times. He's still around.
He's still walking around.
But I just thought it was fucking like intense thinking about how scared you'd have to be thinking that everyone was after you all the time. You know what I mean?
I just can't get over the fact that someone can be standing perfectly still in a supermarket and then just like, oh man, I think I just got shot with one of those orgasm guns.
It's like those women from the ghost fucking episode we did,
I don't know. That's
where they're
just
like willing it to happen. He's like, man, I haven't jerked off in like 4 hours, but right now I'm in the middle of this store. I really need to. Alright.
Psychic old man.
Damn you, psychic old man!
He's just like wearing like a heavy jacket, clearly jerking off under the thing. He's like, it was those old men. They did it to me.
But yeah, his case for sure sounds like paranoid schizophrenia to me.
Yeah,
And, like-
he's got to have some mental disorder if he.
And if he had gotten
that.
the help he needed, like if he had been like treated and medicated and shit like he needed to, he never would have reached the point where he would have shot someone or thought that like alien Ninja Turtles were molesting him in line.
See, the problem is he went to the internet and they were like, "Don't trust your family.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
go to a
the internet went,
psychiatrist."
hey guys, check this out. Lol. Hey, don't go to psychiatrist. First things first.
Yeah.
Number 2, your family's in on it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Number 3, any medication they give you is poison.
Step 4, assemble arsenal.
This is the most important fucking thing about his entire story, is if they give you medicine and you start to feel better, keep taking the medicine. It's not that you're suddenly better, it's that the medicine is working. And this guy went off his meds because he's like, I'm fine now, I'm not paranoid anymore, like, the medicine's been working for me, I'll be fine. Bam! Molested by Ninja Turtles. Like from 0 to 100, all because he didn't take his pills.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
So you're telling me if I stop taking my meds, I can fuck a Ninja Turtle?
Yes.
I think you're taking the wrong lesson from this story.
Oh, okay.
I think
You'll get fucked by.
you'll get fucked by a Ninja Turtle.
Either way.
While that
Just
song
out of
blasts
curiosity.
through your head.
Out of curiosity, which one?
There's only one of them that's female. Let me just point that out to you first of all.
No, she doesn't count. That shit was stupid.
It was really stupid.
Master Roshi.
Somehow he didn't pick a Ninja Turtle. There's only 4 of them to pick from, but somehow doesn't pick one.
The Black Ranger.
The Asian Ranger.
Optimus Prime.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'd fuck Optimus Prime.
Pikachu!
Hell yeah.
Pikachu! It's Clefairy!
Fuck! Autobots, whip it out.
Fuck this guy.
Transform and fuck this guy.
Autobots transform and drop trout. What do you think about Gangstalking, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, except for that one instance where I was gang stalked, I do not believe it.
It only applies to you.
I mean, it legitimately happened to me that one time, but it never happened again, so I think I'm fine.
Well, see, legit, the Stasi used it. They really did. And legit...
Who is that, by the way?
They were like the Russian secret police.
Oh, okay.
In East Germany. So, they were the ones that would be like, I don't think he is true comrade. I think he is spy for America. And then they, grab you and shove you in a, concrete square. That's what the Stasi did.
Sounds right.
Stasi.
So the Stasi did it. Scientology does it, allegedly. The LDS Church allegedly does it. But it's I don't think the government would waste its time on following
No, just some Joe Schmo. I don't care if you're even trying to train people. That's stupid.
It's obvious that the government isn't doing it, but what is obvious is the Shadow Council is doing it.
It's the Council of Big Feet.
The Shadow Council is out there we gotta follow that Jason guy. Play that fucking theme. And you're just like, my name isn't even Jason.
Fuck. They're just what the fuck? And the only reason is because you're 6'8".
That's only 7 1/8.
Only 7 1/8. It's because the dude's
Neither sweet.
That was good.
Are you gang stalking me?
Just stop gang stalking my brain, bro.
You have to ask me if I'm gang stalking you, I'd say no.
To me, the thing that made me almost flip my computer was when I read the words injecting me with metal and then zapping my house with microwaves while I slept. I almost flipped my computer because I was that is so fucking paranoid, classic paranoia, not regular run of the mill paranoia. That's you need help paranoia.
And the whole idea that I'm special and they're seeking me out to follow me. That's classic delusions of grandeur, which are a major fucking side effect of fucking schizophrenia.
Yeah, it's like a narcissism.
Yeah.
Like, it's a narcissism to think that, like, why would the government care that you just got done buying, like, candles at Bed Bath & Beyond? Like, why are they following you? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
You only bought the candles because you know later they're gonna fuck you, so you needed to set a mood.
Exactly. They had to set a mood for you and the Ninja Turtles.
Turtles is coming over later.
They're all. I bought this candle. It's called marshmallow and anchovy pizza. I really don't like how it smells, but the erections.
It's like, hey Alex, you hang out? You want to hang out later? No, I got plans. The turtles are coming over later.
Turtles.
I gotta prepare my anus.
Just like buying like 8 pounds of Vaseline.
Turtle wax.
Why would you buy
Just
turtle
with
wax?
turtle wax?
Yeah,
Obviously turtle wax.
That's literally something an insane person would definitely be like, turtle wax. It's gotta be what that's for.
Turtle wax. You're just like going through Walmart with like 3 buggies with nothing but like turtle wax,
Buffers,
and heads of
candles.
lettuce. Just turtle wax, turtle wax, and heads of lettuce, just all the way through the Walmart.
Oh, it looks like you're gonna have good. Oh, and then 1 buggy of candles, of course.
Yeah, one of the pizza candles. You gotta have those.
No condoms because they only go in, you know.
They don't come back out.
They don't come back out. They might come out of their shell, but they don't.
Poor Ryan is just over here like, what the fuck?
All right,
We
that's
just
Gangstalking.
We have set a new low.
I think we did.
I don't think so. I think we could still go lower.
Just like those
I mean,
turtles.
if we really tried.
But what do you think about Gangstalking, Palmer?
It's just fucking schizophrenia. I mean,
No.
it's
I
not
think we
real.
all pretty much agree it's just schizophrenia.
Yeah.
I think it's just people with mental disorders.
What
that
would
need
you-
help.
Like, what would you do if you were being gangstalked?
I'd prepare for the turtles. Clearly,
He would prepare his anus. I mean, I think we've already been over this.
I like your ass.
Stop lying, Morgan. Like,
I don't know how to answer that because to me it just sounds so delusional. Like I don't know how.
you probably get help, right?
Well, I mean, no, probably not. Because if you're that delusional, that's the last thing you're going to think of doing.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
if I'm in that mindset, there's no way I'm going to go.
What?
I would have to I'd have to be forced to get help, or I'd just
Go
be
to
homeless.
eat.
How about this? How about if you think that you don't need help, you should get help?
Go to
So what you're trying to
eHealth.
tell me is everybody should go get a psychoanalysis test done.
Yes.
I
Go-
mean,
go to
honestly,
eHealth.com
that might be a
and
good
search
idea.
for how to tell if you're being gangstalked.
Yeah.
eHal has the answer.
That's true.
Does it?
It knows just about
It
everything.
always does.
Oh, okay.
Or Yahoo Answers.
How to salt the windows, the demons out.
Yahoo Answers is going to have some bullshit like, you're not being gangstalked, you should go get help or something.
You're not being gang-stalking, go get help.
Exactly. Don't look at the top answers. Look at the ones that are like way down, buried in there. Look at those.
No,
Look at the
Yahoo
ones
Answers would have
that are
answers
misspelled.
like, "Hello, I am a pregnant."
How to tell if pregnant.
I am making
girlfriend-
240,000 a year money
I think
with
my girlfriend was
working
once
once a
pregnant.
week.
She has starch masks on her stomach.
Is it okay to having sex without hurting baby?
Yeah, I would definitely get help. I think if I thought I was being followed, I would try to get help.
I would fake my
How
own
much?
death.
How much would?
How can they
us-
follow you if they all think you're dead? Then you
All
can.
I'm saying-
Then you can reverse gangstalk them, track them to their headquarters,
You
and
just
take them
have,
down.
you have to somehow cut yourself into small enough pieces that you can follow each one of them.
How much?
All I'm
is
saying
a
is,
psychoanalysis
if I
test?
think I'm being
It's not
gangstalked
much.
and
Like,
I
you can get
refuse
it
to
done
get
in a
help,
clinic, I think.
I would expect one of you to force me to get help.
Yeah. I mean, like, at the very least, I would. I'd probably be like, hey, Robert.
let's go to Disneyland.
Rob-
Hey, Disneyland.
I'll be like, Robert, smoke this bowl. And then I'd just like keep taking it and not hitting it and then passing it back to you until you passed out, and then I'd throw you in my trunk and dump you in the hospital.
You just give them weed, or I'm sorry, tobacco.
Do you guys know the gif of that rapper Birdman? You know, the guy with the teardrop tattoo?
Yeah.
Where he's just like rubbing his hands together, like, yeah. Imagine that Gangstalking. Before we did this episode, I was picturing Gangstalking. It's just like a bunch of dudes, like, just right outside your peripheral vision, just doing that shit, just like following you, like, what the fuck this dude up? Turn around and they're all just like playing it cool.
They're all playing dice with eye holes.
Yeah, like the fucking fake glasses and mustache.
They have a magazine with his face already on the other side of the magazine.
He's like,
he has like a cover from 1997 with his face on it, just like that's a really old magazine.
And just the cover article is like, "Are you being gangstalked?"
You are not being gangstalked.
It's like a fake magazine that he printed out himself so he could hold up in case you turn around and look at him.
I like that. Like,
and it's just.
Just like licking their lips as they watch you walk by every time.
Just walk up to them. Excuse me, are you all gangstalking me? No.
What is gangstalking? Yes, we are. Shit.
I mean, I'm not gangstalking you, but like those dudes over there, I don't know.
I don't know them.
I suppose anything's possible.
They were asking me earlier if you come around here often, and I said,
and
yeah,
I was
every
like,
day.
yeah, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. But I mean, I'm not gangstalking you.
Yeah, like one person, like their solution for like if you're being gangstalked was you were supposed to yell like, "Yeah, they sent a brown noser. Yeah, brown noser. Yeah, I don't know." Like you're supposed to like yell that while pretending to talk on your phone, as if that's gonna like get them to stop gangstalking you. They sent a brown noser. A brown noser. He's such a loser. Yeah, dork.
If
like,
they were legitimately gangstalking me, they would know I only use my phone to meme. So I don't use my phone to call anybody. Like that wouldn't work for me.
So here's my thought, right? I think the solution for gangstalking, if you're being gangstalked, just get your friends to gangstalk those gangstalkers. Like, clearly, escalation is the only method that works here.
Dance fight.
my solution is to
Dance
build the wall.
Build that wall.
Build the wall.
Send them back, hashtag.
Hashtag no more gang stalking.
See that picture today where Trump's staring at a wall.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And he puts his hand in it.
it's like that's a mighty fine wall.
He's at the fucking wailing wall and he shoves his hand in the hole like, I wonder if this is a glory hole.
I just saw someone caption it and it was like, this is a mighty fine wall. There ain't no Mexicans here.
I mean, there probably aren't very many. That's true.
More than you would think.
We're fucking doomed. So,
if you're gang stalking us, please stop.
if you're gang stalking us, only gang stalk Palmer. He's the only one who would enjoy it. Give us.
I also just want to, as a
be your
cautionary
friend.
tale, just say use plenty of lube.
I would definitely be your friend if that's why you're trying to gang stalk me. Hit me up. What's up?
I mean, we can just talk. We're on Facebook.
Yeah.
We
On
talk to
MySpace.
people.
If you are,
Yeah.
if you are a
We're on the
Ninja
internet.
Turtle,
We own the satellites.
if you are a
Catch
Ninja
up.
Turtle
Mustard.
stalking Palmer, he is all about that shit. He is DTF
I own Facebook.
Ninja Turtles.
I own the
Yo.
satellites.
I'm all about that shell life. What's up?
U.S. Marshal.
I got plenty of turtle wax. Let's do it.
So,
Stocked up, ready to go.
I'm
if,
gang stalked.
if you guys want to get in touch with us, find us on Facebook. Send us an email at weirdshitpodcast@gmail.com.
I'm surprised they're still listening.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys are still stuck around this long.
How long is this episode?
We're almost at an hour.
Oh, okay.
oh,
Yeah, we're
shorter
almost
than I thought.
So, like,
let's ramble on some more.
We're in this one for the long haul. Gangstalking, part 2.
let's keep this shit going.
Just like the Gangstalking.
I think as an homage to Rambling On, we should just play Ramble On by Led Zeppelin for the last, 3.5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. If you were talking about getting us sued.
What? No, they're all dead. Who cares?
Only one of them is dead. The other two are perfectly fine. I have no idea what you're saying to me right now.
They're allegedly alive. That's what you mean.
Are we about to start a Robert Plant Paul is dead thing? Is that what we're trying to do here?
Yes.
That is not what I wanted to do with this episode.
It's exactly what we're doing. Robert Plant is actually a Ninja Turtle.
Is that why Bonham careened off the road? Was it because he was being gangstalked?
Holy shit, he was
saw-
trying to get away from all the turtles!
He saw Robert Plant in the rearview mirror. Just,
He was trying to get away from the turtles. That's where the problem was.
he just saw Robert Plant with a blue bandana over his face,
Just running at full speed, keeping up with the car.
holy shit, the turtle is faster than the hare.
Have you ever seen The Song Remains the Same?
How can I see a song?
It's it's a concert video of Led Zeppelin's, but where it's literally just zooming in on Robert Plant's erect dick for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was the most uncomfortable concert.
John
ever
Bonham
watched.
just sees that in his rearview mirror. Just Robert Plant's erect dick.
No matter how far down the road it goes, it keeps getting closer. So yeah, we're on Facebook.
Yeah, so we're on Facebook. We have the email weirdshitpodcast@gmail.com. We have a voicemail set up
the
for you
emails.
guys to get hold of us.
Visit
We're
our
on
GeoCities.
We're on Twitter. Please rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. We actually have 3 different reviews now on iTunes, which is pretty fucking dope.
Add me on Neopets.
Check out our MySpace page. It's 2007.
So the first one is it says, like hanging out with smart stoners, 5 stars, funny and always interesting.
I don't know which one of us is smart.
Obviously it's you. You'd be the smartest one in the room. Another one here is amazing show, 5 stars by Jay Talon. Says hilarious. If you want to learn about everything from the RFK assassination to space Nazis, this is the show for you. They dive deep into the weird parts of the internet to bring us stone cold facts.
It is all fact.
It is factually all
Instead
Instead of Stone Cold Facts next time, can we get Stone Cold Steve Austin up in there?
Steve Austin, we have an email. You can email this show.
Or
Tweet at our
what
email.
if, I would even be okay with Stone Cold Ice Cream because that place is dope.
It is fucking good as shit. Cookie dough ice cream.
Isn't
Get
that
it.
just Cold
amazing.
Creamery?
Yeah, I think so. I
Yes.
think it's like Stone Cold Creamery, yeah.
Okay.
Stone
What's
Cold
a
Steve
Cold
Austin
Creamery?
Creamery, yeah.
Joe.
Stone Cold Austin.
So, so Blizzard.
Genuine
Not what you
Steve
think.
Austin.
He has flavors
not
like
what you think.
metal chair.
Blood. Bud Light. Bud Light with lime.
Elbow.
Uncle's penis. Not Uncle's
He's
penis.
got chairs in the shape of figure 4 leg locks.
Bicep. So,
Yeah, it's a bicep though.
Blizzard Ross says that it's her new go-to during work. Give it 5 stars. Says, love this podcast. The recording quality is great, and the hosts are funny and smart. The topics are interesting. I feel like I have 3 awesome new friends who, in my mind, are little cartoon guys, just like their logo. So one of us is not awesome.
Did you say Blizza?
Blizzard Ross.
Blizza Ross.
Is that some
Yeah.
sort of like ice element?
Is that like a DJ name?
No, I feel like we have some
Okay,
sort of like
Is that
not
their
the
name
cool
on their
one.
birth certificate?
So I guess we know who the 3 awesome ones are.
Hey!
Huh?
We don't question people's names here.
So,
Got a dope name.
it could have been Beliza. It was BLIZ. Yeah, it was a screen name. It's not like a real name.
Wait,
so I don't
spell
know.
it. I got this.
BLIZAROSS.
hard.
Blizzard Ross.
I think it's Blizz Rosa.
It is not.
So, thank you guys for listening. Please share this show with all your friends. Support the hashtag 2 pods a day thing that's going on right now. There's a lot of great indie casts on there. We're going to be featured at some point, probably this week. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you soon.
Say, put up the W.
Put up a W.
What?
3.
What?
Hey everybody, this is Mike with the Weird Shit Podcast. Thanks for listening. Welcome to Season 2. This season we're actually looking to collect some listener stories from you guys. Do you have feelings of dread in your grandparents' house? Did you witness a furry hominid on a childhood camping trip? Have you or someone you love seen something unexplained? Because we want to feature your stories on the show. We're looking to try to get some sort of listener story maybe at the end of each episode where we go over it. If we get enough of them, we'll do whole episodes on listener stories. Maybe we'll even share with you some of our own. We have a Google voicemail that I set up for us. You can call up there. You can leave your story on there if you're comfortable with having your voice on the radio. If not, just tell us in the message you leave. Let us know. Instead, we'll I guess I'll write up a transcript and put it up that way. We also so the number for that is 919-346-3071. Again, that's 919-346-3071. We also have a Gmail account set up. You can email us at weirdshitpodcast@gmail.com. That's WEIRD shitpodcast@gmail.com. You can send us your stories that way. We also have a Facebook group. I noticed people seem to be liking the page instead of the group. If you want to be part of the discussions, just search on the Facebook search, type in Weird Shit Podcast Official, and go to groups, and it should show our group there. Also, to anyone who's listening on iTunes, if you could rate, review, and subscribe, it would be a huge, huge, huge help for us. It'll help us reach more people. We can keep this thing growing. Maybe eventually we can figure out some way that we'll be able to do this even more for you guys. This season, we're trying out some new stuff with our case files and regular episodes, so it should be pretty fun. And thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for telling your friends. Thank you for helping us in this and being a part of this whole thing. And stay weird.